Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a full face glam, like heavy makeup without looking heavy. So I did my brows off camera and my eyes. I didn't really do nothing. I just put on some lashes and brown shadow and a little baby wing. That's about it. So I already moisturized, so I'm going to go right in with primer. This is e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer in Original. Just put some all over your face. I don't really like OD with it because I have oily skin, but that's pretty much it. Now normally it's not really necessary to color correct because this is going to be like full coverage, but for the sake of the full glam I will today. So for any red spots, use green color corrector. This is L.A Girl. Now for dark spots, like depending how dark your spots are, you go darker in range. So I'm going to go in with peach because peach color corrector for my under eyes because I'm pretty dark. I have bags, y'all. That's good enough. So now we're going to blend that out. Ignore it's a little used, but this is what I used to blend it. Now that we're looking like a rainbow, I'm going with the foundation. So I'm going to use Born This Way by Too Faced in Natural Beige. Now I normally focus it like on the outer edges of my face and my nose. So like I don't go too crazy putting foundation under my eyes because I'm already going to put other stuff there. So basically wherever you're not going to put contour or highlight like concealer is where you like focus the most foundation. Oh, I use this foundation brush by Sephora. Because this brush gives it an airbrush finish. Always blend it down to your neck, always. Okay, now I take a beauty blender. I got a water gun, y'all. I damp my beauty blenders. Always damp your beauty blender. And I just blend that in, taking out any excess that I don't need. Now I put some concealer. This is Tarte Shape Tape, of course, in light medium. You put it under your eye. Normally I make a sharp line right there too to clean up the eyeshadow that I put. It doesn't always have to be like put perfectly, as long as you blend it out. Some on my chin, right here. You don't want to put it further than the width of your nose when you're putting concealer there. And then straight down the bridge of your nose. I don't really put much concealer on my forehead, but you can if you want. Then I put a little bit of medium concealer, Maybelline Fit Me. Just because I don't want it like super bright. Gives a good balance. Now I leave that, and since this is like full face, I'm gonna use Stila Shape and Shade Custom Contour Duo. I'm gonna use this brush by e.l.f. It's a contour brush. I just take some of that contour shade make a sharp line. As I'm placing it there, like I dab it in. So it's like I'm blending a little bit so it's not super dark as I'm applying it. When I first started learning to contour, I learned like where the top of your eyebrow is. Like go down. I mean the tail and the top of your ear. And kind of just go down. But I mean there's also like a bunch of photos depending on your face shape and how to contour and stuff, but I just do it like this. I know it looks like super harsh, but it's not gonna look like that when we're done. Don't worry. Put some on my temples and my forehead. Some my jaw. And the nose, which is the scariest part, in my opinion. It's like a hit or miss. Some days it's good, some days it's bad, but we're just gonna go for it. Take a smaller brush to do my nose. I just put some on the bottom. And then a line. You kind of connect it a little bit to your brow right there. It's okay if it's a little messy. You can make the line as thin as you want, depending how snatched you want your nose. But that's good enough for me. Okay. Now, there's also a light shade in this little duo, so I put a little tiny dab of that, just because it's so like thick and creamy and light, so it like gives a good little touch of okay. Now we're gonna blend all that out. You want to bring that concealer close to that line you made on your nose so that it sharpens the contour. Okay, now I use e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Blend out the contour. I kind of like push it in as I'm blending and blend up so it doesn't look like you just have this shade all over your face and it stays where it's supposed to be. as you're blending, you're just watching yourself slowly morph into the baddie you are. This is like my favorite part of makeup, for real. It's the face. Okay, when you feel like it's blended good enough, you want to set it. Now I set the bronzer contour first with some bronzer, because sometimes when I use the when I set the concealer, it'll make like the bronzer kind of like a weird color and like get onto the contour, make it like a little grayish. So I'm using Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Put it everywhere you put that contour. And down your neck. Because like my body is like 3 different shades. So gotta like blend it all together. When I'm really doing a full glam like this, I even put bronzer like on my chest. No lie. I don't go too crazy with the nose contour. I just leave it how I did it. When I get to the setting powder is when I really fix it. So I'm using Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in banana bread. Now that under eye might get a little creased while you were setting your contour, so just blend it out real quick. Maybe even clean up that nose contour a little. Like that. Okay, now go back in. Okay, I'm gonna use this little brush by e.l.f. It's a powder brush. Basically everywhere that you didn't put contour, pretty much, because this powder has a little bit of a tint to it. That's why I like it more than like a full-on translucent powder, because I just don't want to risk it being too bright, you know? Now I go in with sponge and really get in there and get close to the nose to shape it wherever I put that nose contour. And then I put a little bit like here because I get oily here and I don't want it to crease there. Usually wherever it creases the most is where I like focus the powder, or wherever it gets oily the most. So like in between my brows gets a little oily right there. And when you're putting powder there, you should go so that it really gets in there. Okay. I don't let it sit on for too long because I don't want it to be cakey or too bright. So I pretty much dust off the nose and the forehead, and here where I put it, and right here. But I don't go right under the eyes just yet. Now, clean up the contour with the powder. While that is sitting for a little, like literally like a 10-second bake, I put in some blush. So I'm going to use Milani brush. Love this blush. I like to have little rosy cheeks. Okay, now that under eye, gotta go. So we wipe that off. As I'm wiping off the powder, I'm also like dabbing it in. So basically the whole time I'm doing my makeup, my hand is like having spasms. Like push it in and swipe away. Push it in and swipe away. That's what I do. Okay, now I pretty much go back in with bronzer because I go back in with bronzer like about a million times. Just go over my face again. Whatever's left on the brush, I just pat into my under eye just so that I know it's not super bright. In here. Okay, now we're gonna wipe off. And back in with that bronzer. No, remember, we're not like putting a bunch of bronzer, we're just like going over it with the brush. And just like a little bit of product, just so that everything blends together nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna put some highlight. I'm using, of course, Amrezy highlighter by Anastasia. I'm gonna put that on the brow bone. Now we could set our face with some spray and then highlight. Sometimes it makes it more intense, but this highlight is already intense, like. And I don't like to put spray because sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes it'll like just dry weird and then the highlight will go on weird. So to be safe, we'll do this first. I also put some in the tear duct. I always do that. Put some down our nose. Oh, this is the Anastasia brush 23. Now back in the bronzer just one more time, just to make sure the highlight is blended. Okay, now I'm just gonna do the lips. Oh, and also if you have any like beauty marks that got faded with the makeup like me, the dark ones I just go over with like a brown liner, or you could just remove the makeup, but that's a risk. Those are my two main beauty marks. Now let me spray my face first. Urban Decay setting spray. Go crazy with it. That's dry. Oh, she was my fan, right? No, never mind. Let's not get too crazy. Back to the lips. we are done with the face. That is the main event of today. But of course, when you do your face, your eyebrows are going to get faded, so you want to go over your eyebrows a little with more powder, you know, retouch your wing if you need to, whatever. That is it. Thanks for watching.